Good afternoon. My name is Sanat, and welcome to the Sanat Method. The Sanat Method is a YouTube channel and community where it helps young men improve themselves in every area of life. I've personally come a long way. I'm 23, I'm now a dentist, I've run multiple businesses, I'm in great shape, traveled a lot, and I've done a lot more. That's a little bit about my credentials. You can see a lot more on my Instagram, sanat.bar. Anyways, today's video is about how this one trick truly changed my life, and it's something that everyone can implement in their life. I guess it's something that you may have heard from Jordan Peterson or from other self development coaches or even from gurus at the temple or other religious characters. This one trick, that's quite loud. This one trick is a clean room is a clean mind. A messy room is a messy mind. Now, I tried to develop myself for several years when I was a teenager. And honestly, most of the time it didn't work. I kept procrastinating, kept messing up on my goals, failing, and then getting into bad habits. The reason for this was simple. My bedroom, the place where I would go to find rest, was a dump. It was a clutter of clothes, a clutter of ideas scribbled down on a piece of paper. My computer's there. There's just so much stuff there that when I'm going to bed and I wake up, there's so many things around me, so much stuff to think about. I've made so many videos already on how to rest and recover properly. The thing is, you can't rest and recover properly if there's so much stuff around you. I know it sounds so simple, but it's true. Now I feel like I'm succeeding with the grace of God a lot more and a lot quicker. And my room is pretty much 99% clean all the time. You know, there's really nothing in there. I've stripped down the walls, it's just the paint. I have one whiteboard in there, which honestly is blank from now on. I've taken down all my goals off the wall and I've moved it over because I'm fortunate enough to have like a shared study room with the rest of my family. Even that I could store on my computer or elsewhere. I've taken everything out. The less stuff you have, the easier it is to manage. I've tried to reduce the amount of things I have. I feel like having stuff stresses me out. I had all these clothes. I don't need all these clothes. Most of them, anyways, were passed down to me from usually my dad or occasionally from other uncles or whatever. Somehow it all fit me, and I guess I grew to make it fit me. A lot of this stuff wasn't my fashion style, anyways, and it was extra. I don't need to hoard that in my cupboard. Let me go give it to someone. Give it to maybe relatives in India, relatives here. Well, I don't have any relatives in the UK, but relatives in India or a charity shop, whatever works. I took most of my stuff. I'd say I emptied at least 60% of my cupboard. Cool. Empty space, no problem. Just a few things I need, and I can wear it. I'm traveling a lot, and I already know the basics that I always take, and it can all fit into a tiny suitcase. I've never traveled with much, and I've stayed in places months at a time. That's clothes. What about the rest of the stuff in your bedroom? Is there excess furniture? Are people really sitting down in your bedroom and talking to you? Is that a frequent thing that's happening? Because if it's not, remove it. Do you need food in your bedroom? No. Do I need electronics in my bedroom? No, just lights, I guess. And that's about it. It's very simple. I need a bed. I need ideally a window so I can get some fresh air. I need some red light at night so I can sit down, relax, sometimes read, and that's about it. Even my books, I don't store them by my bed, I put them in the other room. There is nothing there and it's perfect. I have a space where I can fully just switch off. I've already made so many videos on the idea of switching on and switching off. You can only be in one or the other. I've been hustling for the last 7 weeks. Well, the last 8 weeks, except the last week, I was quite ill. Now, you can blame illness on a variety of things. My family members were ill, so I guess they passed it on to me. But I do think there's an element of burnout, an element of stress, an element of doing too much that definitely leads to a weaker immune system, and that could lead to the illness getting to me and taking a bigger effect than I guess it needed to initially. The reason I was so, I guess, burnt out is because I was always switched on right until the point where it comes to bed. I have a lot of things I want to achieve, and with the grace of God, again, I have been achieving them, but that means I've been doing it right up until the point of bed, until the point of sleep, even. You know, a lot of the tasks you have, get it done and have a point where you switch off from, and then go into a place where you can switch off, where there is no other distraction, where you can have the time to process your thoughts, and that's it. It's that simple. If you can keep this clean space, think of it as your mind. There's nothing there. So the only thing left to do before bed is naturally your thoughts, you will start to process your thoughts, and that's exactly what you want to do. And then you sleep. It's nice and simple. You need to have this clean area because then you can come back to it at the end of every day, at the start of every day. All the rush, because there's always going to be stuff, there's always going to be stuff to do. Keep it elsewhere. Put it into your desk, get it on your computer, make to-do lists, whatever it is, get it out there, but don't keep it with you in your place of rest. I know it sounds so simple, but it took me years to figure this one out and actually implement it into my life. And now it's essential. My place of rest is something that I need to make sure is clean, is tidy. I have my red lights before sleep. Everything is nice and ready for the next morning so I can go through a nice, challenging day the following day and keep repeating this. It's that simple. Anyways, I make videos on all these tips throughout life. If you want to know more, then continue to follow, and I'll see you in the next one.